Okay, we're already recording. So, welcome. We are team number two from English Culture. Today, we're going to make our Pia. Here now, we make a podcast about movies from the UK. Many, and not also movies, also many of the entertainment media that has been shown through all of the years in many of the, like, it'll be Harry Potter, it'll be Lord of the Rings, all of this stuff. The dynamic we'll use is the next. All of the participants will has already some of the questions. They will ask one of these questions to all of the other members and also answer the same question. For example, I have a question for all of you. Through all my life, I have never been a bookworm. I don't read a lot. I actually have not great reading skills. I always got in the same line every single time I actually tried. But if I talk about one of the greatest pieces of media I have always seen, that is Lord of the Rings. My mother is a great nerd about this. I don't know if you have seen this, but she even has a book from the Lord of the Rings cuisine. And I think for me, that is the most important, impactful media in my life. So that is, can be the question. Well, that is the question. Sorry, has been the most impactful or significant piece of media you have seen from the UK? Can be books, can be movies. I will prefer movies. Can be also music. I don't know if any of you have heard Arctic Monkeys or any of the or even the Killers. But if you have one piece of media that has made an impact on your life, I want you to share it to all of us. I don't know who wants to start. Pedro, will you want to start?
Yeah, I'm with you in that part of the entertainment piece, like some fantastic or like some fantasy video game stuff. Like for myself, my favorite piece of English, entertainment movies, books, games, because it's a franchise very big. It's Warhammer. It starts with like a game, but also have many books, comics, also have movies. So it's some stuff like I'm very into it, and I like much. The author is some British guy, so it fits in the British culture, but it's some to a very little sector like this fantasy and tactical stuff. But there are so interest for myself novels and books that mark me a lot and make me interested of this part of the British culture and their media and books stuff and products.
I didn't know. I didn't know that it was a actual Warhammer was English or was from UK.
Yeah,
Warhammer,
it's
the ones of the little
the little
RPGs.
pieces from the tactical game. Yeah, that
Yeah.
big piece and the biggest board and all the created and painted little figures. Yeah, it's some British stuff.
Oh, sorry,
Well,
I interrupted Claudia. You want to say something?
yeah. For me, I think it's the English literature. I think is the piece of entertainment that I really like. I actually have a book. They gave me this as a gift, and it's a collection for English poetry, and it's in English and in Spanish. And I think it's very nice to see the difference and the translation between the poems and with the writers.
Actually, you have any piece of media?
Yeah, for me, actually, I believe is Prison Orgullo y Precision, Pride and Prejudice, because my sister is love about that. I always see the movies. I have read the book. It's one of that movies that even though it's like
20
even
years.
though Jane Austen talks about that like 2,000 years ago, it's still stuck with you. You know, it's about Elizabeth that she's honest, she's smart, and she just wants love. Even though it wasn't the season that all you care about is your status, the money that you have, and also they have like the romantic one that is Mr. Darcy. That Mr. Darcy seems so cool and proud, and Elizabeth doesn't like that. So the story goes by, and it's actually really cute how they see that they are not like they used to think about each other, and they fell in love. And it's like the book, the movie is a great movie. It's a great book. I recommend you to. And that's for me all.
Well, now that we all share what we think of the biggest entertainment parts of the English culture, we have fantasy, dark fantasy, and space dystopia, poems, some love stuff. So I want to ask you, what do you think are the genres that fits more in the British culture, that represents more, and what do you think that and why of all that genres is the most reliable of all?
Well, I think the one that I believe represents better the English culture is drama. Uh, I think it's a nation. really well, it's nation really ancient, and I think it has a lot of drama, and especially the monarchy and the royals and stuff like that. And yeah, I think in almost love, romance or drama, but I believe it's drama.
Well,
Drama
I
the Mono.
agree with Claudia. I believe that drama is the best, especially the social drama identifies more about British culture. We can specify like the class, the identity, the family, and the community. So I agree with Claudia. I believe drama is the best option for British culture, especially the social drama. I don't know what you think, Ariel.
You mean like social drama, like the Princess Diana thing, or what type of drama you mean? Or like the monarchy, like Prince Diana, or in which which type of drama you mean?
I the social drama.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I
Yes.
already get. Well, for me, it was. I'm more of a big fan of Guy Ritchie type of movies, like they're comedy gangster type of ones, and like it will be. I don't know how to say it, but it's what was the actual name of the release in UK? But it was uh, I think it's Legend. It was Tom Hardy, the one who actually was the lead actor in there. Also, I really like their their horror movies. I don't know if you have seen here in Mexico's name Exterminio or 28.
I think he
Okay.
had internet problems.
Okay. So, by myself, I have a little different opinion. I think that this suspense or action series with a dark thematic that in the shows the the personal the main plot in these series are like the some little bit of tragedies or mistakes made by the main characters with I don't know debts, mafia, or something like the epoch in the Industrial Revolution, like that kind of steampunk ambient. I don't know if you can think like about that dark show. I don't know if I could say some kind of like of Peaky Blinder, but with some more of uh, a little decades ago that the epoch of Peaky Blinders, but in that start of the Industrial Revolution, where the British community have some dilemmas with the jobs, with the innovation that has been passing in the country, and how they adapt to that. I think that's the genres that fit them more in the British culture.
Sounds good. I also have a question. More well, this is related to the question that we answered. It's what movie do you think best represents the English culture? For me, I think it's Far from the Madding Crowd. I really like that movie, especially because it's side of England, and yeah, it has a lot of drama, and especially for kind of like female empowerment, and because it is, I think it's in the 800s. I think I really like the how the how is the social role of the characters in the movie. Yeah.
Well, for me, talking about the gender that we just said, social drama, I believe one of the movies that is so British is Four Weddings and a Funeral. First of all, the humor is very dry, it's very clever. The weddings, we can see the fancy clothes, the polite speak. You can see the characters. These are a group of friends, and they are such polite but not always direct, and they are always hiding their feelings, and they say a thing that is with a smile, but they are really nervous about. It's a movie that I believe is so romantic, so funny, but also show how British people love, grieve, and connect with each other. That's why I feel it's so British.
Well, in my opinion, I will say I'm a little bit too nerd, but well, I already said that my mom was a book nerd. I'm a football nerd, so I think the movie that represents more the English culture is Hooligans. The one where the guy from The Hobbit, and it's a I think it's from New York. I don't remember exactly, but they actually show how West Ham and Millwall, two teams from London, which were founded by workers from the docks. That's I think that one that represents more the English culture, the love they have for a certain place, how they found a place to be from in things that for many of us in other countries are not so easy to get. Here in Mexico, we don't have the same love for the teams as they have. They actually work 12-hour jobs to just use all of their euros, well, no, the sterling, sorry, and see a football team that's going to lose, but they still have unity and a lot of partnership with between all of them. That's something that I think defines most of the English people, the working class really. I don't know what you think, Pedro, or what's your favorite piece of media?
For me, it's a very old movie. It's like half of the past century. It's called Lawrence de Arabia. It's a movie that doesn't happen in the United Kingdom, but the plot is about some British person, very famous, that goes to the Persian Gulf in the Middle East, and the plot is about how the difficulties they had, the problems they passed because it's a period of war, and it shows the roots of the first British people, the person of the British Empire, that they were always far from their home. They were always exploring, conquest new territories, and find a way to survive and develop their culture and their form to be in that places. So I think that shows a very special root and characteristic that the British person had, and I think that's a very good movie that shows that.
Well, I want to know what is your favorite actor. For me, is Hugh Laurie. He's the one of Doctor House. Even though he's in the series and such a lot of movies Americans, he has an accent and you can tell. Even though he and I love I love Doctor House. I love that series. As he's such a funny boy. He I cannot say how much I love Doctor House. And for me, Hugh Laurie is a great, great, great actor. Like all the time, he needs to be with us. The personal is he doesn't he don't walks well, so he's always pimping, and he is in eight eight seasons always with that. So I believe he's a great, great, great actor. I love him. I don't know which one is for you.
I just want before Claudia answers, I wanted to say Wilson's better. Okay, now you can answer.
Well, for short answer, I will say it's really basic, but it's the one actor I have in mind, Tom Holland. I think his personality is very funny, and that's why I like him because he seems a very funny person.
For me, it's Benedict Cumberbatch because I like her classic and serious roles that they have in his movies that has thematics about the different stories point of the British Empire. I like very how he does that plots, and he shows the importance that have the person who are interpreting.
Well, in my case, I actually like Tom Hardy. I don't know. I think I know his most of his roles are him being a bad guy or like intimidating, but I really like how good he was in the movie. I actually said that it was legend. And if I want to talk about Irish ones, I think Colin Farrell, Cillian Murphy. But yeah, that will be for me. Well, that was all for us. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. ¿Cómo se tiene esta chapita? Okay, yeah.